Shut up and sit down. Shut up and sit down.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to another episode of Build, Paint, Play. I'm Dave.
Greetings, programs. I'm Jake, and today we are joined by our buddy Heresy, joining us literally from the Down Under. He is visiting from the Death World known as Australia.
It's not that bad, Jake. It's not that bad.
Well, also, like, I'm outnumbered. Apparently, they're from the same town. So,
yes, yeah, we're. I'm also a Novocastrian.
Nice. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Jesus, there we go.
Yeah, I heard you talking about it a few weeks back. I was like, oh, I'll save that little tidbit.
Yeah, nice. Well done. You kept that quiet.
Yeah.
Welcome, and thanks for joining us, though. It's super cool to have you on. We're going to talk about some crazy painting stuff tonight. You've got... For those who don't know, Heresy has an awesome channel, Heresy for Heretics, and loads of great. How would you describe it? Tutorials? They're not really tutorials, though.
Not really.
Paint along.
I think the main goal's always been this is less of what you should do and just how I did it.
Right. That's cool. So like an entertaining paint along.
Oh, entertaining might be a bit of a stretch.
I think that's pretty good. I like them. So I think we're all good at that regard. But what we usually start the show with is a sort of basically go through what we've been up to for the last week.
Yeah. You've
been working on hobby-wise? Like personal hobby-wise? Obviously, we've got some photos. We'll show those later. But
Yep. I don't really get to do a lot of. I think everything on the channel is kind of personal hobby. I'm less about making content for the sake of content and just kind of capturing what I'm doing through the week. Right. So yeah, I've been working on some Conquest stuff. I got one of the Oberon models from Parabellum Games that came through yesterday.
Cool.
An absolute stack of Gundam. So I've just been trying to assemble a bunch of things and models just to start getting painted. And yeah, that's really everything. Just trying to whatever I feel like at the time. There's really no specific project. I've got a couple ideas in mind, but it's got to move on them first.
Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah. Jake? I know what you've been.
I'm trying to finish up my my 5-man Terminator squad to add to my Horus Heresy army that I'm leaving tomorrow to go to Nova with. So they're good. I think I'm gonna get them done in time. I basically have to finish the weapon casings, some little details, some weathering, transfers. I'm gonna try to get that all done tonight, and then Matt seal them, and then I can stick with my case and they won't get wrecked. So
How do they look?
they're looking pretty good. They're like I said, they're like 85% done. Oh, you want to see one of them? All right, here's.
Hold it up to the camera. You showed me one before. But
All right, here's one of them.
Okay. Oh, wrong one. There we go.
I don't know if this is going to focus or not, but
almost.
Come on, focus.
No.
Oh, come on. Let's see if it'll reset.
Almost there.
It's focusing on your beautiful.
There we go.
There we go.
Cool.
So yeah, so they get the skull heads done. I still got to do their eyes and stuff. It was basically the Space Wolf kit, and then I took a bunch of Reaver heads and filed off the crescent that they all have, like they all have the crest on top of the helmet, so it looks more like a skull. I flattened it out, and then I basically had to cut off the necks, and so they'd fit into the Terminator opening. And then I trimmed off a lot of the Space Wolf stuff. I kept some of the pelts and some of the things because they're the Warhounds. So I did a lot of like red tones on that stuff. So I did like a russet fur on like the captain. The Praetor is really fun. Like I'll get some good photos for our next show and make sure that like they're done so you can like see them. But I will say that the Space Wolf Terminator kit, beautiful kit. Like there's so many cool pieces. Good mix of weapons too. Like you can run them like regular Terminators, so you can give them all like power weapons and like storm bolters, but you can also make them almost like close combat Terminators. You can drop the bolter and give them like the combat shield, and it's like a big, Viking round shield. There's like power swords, power fists, axes, lightning claws. Like it's a nice kit with a lot of little bits that you can kind of customize. So
a lot of options. That's cool.
For sure.
Excellent. And you arrive tomorrow at Nova.
Yeah.
Excellent. I'm also going to Nova. Hooray! So this week I've been doing many things. We've got to come back to my BattleTech rundown.
Oh yeah.
Where I'm up to on my BattleTech journey. In the community stuff, I've got I get to talk a little bit about my mind's from like putting together my first Heresy 3.0 army list and how much I've got to paint for that. And then I've also been painting. I'm going to switch over. Look at that.
Yep.
I should have done that earlier, shouldn't I?
Nice.
Yeah, cool.
So these are for after I show this one, I'm going to leave that light off. So for Trench Crusade, using the Patrick Keith.
Yeah, I was going to say those look like Patrick's.
Yeah, they're it's been a lot of fun. Oh goodness.
Yeah, you guys will have to show me how to play Trench Crusade while we're down there. I'm going to try it out. So
a little.
Oh, you'll love it.
And maybe this before the light goes out. So I had some fun doing some conversions. Again, digital kit bashes. So cool stuff. I won't have those finished by tomorrow. I got a few other things to do between now and then. But
good news. The Army Painter booth will be there, so we can finish them up at the booth.
I have a lot more on the table in front of me, so it's all good. But yes, I've been doing that. That's what I'm looking for. Doing that, working out the Heresy list, reading up on BattleTech, and preparing for my trip to Australia.
Nice.
Oh, you're coming home for a bit.
I'm going to be in Australia for about 5 days.
Okay, cool.
It's going to be a super whirlwind trip.
Yep.
We've just my mum's having some sort of medical issues, so we've had to do some shuffling, and I'm going to come down and see her and get a bunch of stuff sorted out. And then maybe I'll probably pop back later in the year as well. But yeah, we've got Nova starting tomorrow, and then it finishes Sunday. Monday, I fly to Australia. So it's going to be a crazy 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah. Dude, I'm looking forward to not have. I don't think I have to travel.
You're looking forward to not traveling 24 hours?
Yeah. So after Nova, I don't think I have to travel until we get to PAX Unplugged, because my next 2 shows in between are like pseudo local. Like one's in Boston, so that's easy, and then one's in like Southern New Hampshire, which I can drive to in like 2 hours.
Okay.
So
all good.
I think my next event's in Nova as well. Not Nova, sorry. PAX Australia down here too.
Oh, is that November? October, November?
October 11th to 13th or something like that.
Okay, cool. Excellent.
I have to find that out because I'm on a panel.
Oh, nice.
PAX is like I think PAX Unplugged is like the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, in November.
Yeah, I think it's like November. I think it's like the 15th and 16th, the 14th, 15th, 16th. I think
something like that. I'm just going to say hi to everybody in the chat. We've got Matt Bowles here, who is your roommate for Nova.
Yep.
We've got Dave Hummel has joined us. Mark Maxey, Sam Whitman has joined us as well. Kat Swift is here. There we go. Kat says, that's its charm. Talking about Australia. Everything is trying to kill you, but you can survive. For sure. We've both done pretty well, I'd say. I survived mainly by moving to...
Yeah, I was going to say 50% of you don't live in Australia, so...
This is true. Alan has joined us. Alan Neves on there as the hobbyist printer. Jonathan Palomo is another Australian who lives in North America. He's in Canada. Originally from Melbourne. He wants to know if Australia can take over the channel.
Nope. I mean, we're getting pretty close.
Yeah, I think we already have, really.
Dave's more American now than Australian, I think.
More machine than man.
Yep.
Josh is here as well. Mention of Space Wolves. Where's Jeff? Fantastic. And Scott Radham has joined us as well. He's working on new 4E Malifaux crew, a very real game.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes, the Knight Rider is my ringtone.
Yep. And thanks, Kat. Awesome. Okay, so we've caught up with everybody there. Sorry if I'm a little bit awkward for this evening, because this part of the show is a little bit different for me than it usually is. But
it's really funny because it just looks like you're pointing at Jake.
Yep.
Oh,
this part of the show.
This is the different part. That's
part
difficult.
Yeah.
Okay. We're all in different parts. Awesome.
Yeah, on YouTube, Dave's in the top left. I'm in the top right. Heresy's underneath.
Oh, there we go. I see. I'm getting it now.
If we want to be authentic, I can. There we go.
There we go. Now it's happening.
Awesome.
Now it's all real.
Can we survive that? I don't know. There we go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That's all good. Awesome. Okay. So
Heresy, you gotta jump on the next factory team call like that. You gotta just like turn your cameras around and be like, hey, let's see how long it takes them to notice.
I'm in from upside down. It'd be great.
There's a couple that won't.
No, they won't. We gotta get Dawn. We gotta get Dawn to be like this the whole time.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, as we mentioned before. Oh, did we mention before that you're part of the Army Painter Factory team?
I know it said it in the blurb. I don't know if you said it. I thought you did, but
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
But either way, Heresy is part of the factory team with us.
Woohoo!
I am factory team, yes.
Yes. So you're the Australian contingent. We've got Don Zeratos in the Philippines.
Yep.
We are fully international now.
Yeah,
Almost all continents.
we're getting close.
Yeah.
I'm just going to add 3 more.
If we can find the paint a penguin, we should be all right.
we'll be golden. It'll be awesome. Very cool. Nice. Okay, so I'm going to get the presentation started. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we've got some great models and great painting ideas that I want to start talking about with everybody. But of course, first up, the Army Painter is at the Nova Open. I'm sure Kat's already down there getting set up. Have you heard from them at all, Jake?
I think they were driving. I think they were driving yesterday and today.
Oh, okay. So they'll be arriving tonight.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they're going to get there maybe tonight, probably tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. Okay, cool. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. Alan has just said in the chat, I thought Dave was out in the UK this whole time. I even have his address. But I still thought he was in the UK.
That's amazing.
That's great. That's part of that American ear hearing the Australian voice as English. But anyway, so
but Alan has sent you stuff. He knows you live in Baltimore, and he still thought you were in the UK.
I know, but obviously it's the Baltimore, UK.
Sure.
Baltimore. But anyway, fantastic. Nova Open. It's coming up. I am so tired already. I'm going to be totally exhausted by Sunday. But I'm looking forward to it. I arrive tomorrow evening after work. But it should be good. I've got a whole bunch of Trench Crusade stuff that I'm taking. Jake, you're bringing your Warhounds.
Yep.
You're playing in the Horus Heresy Bromance Bash.
Yep.
Do you have anything else planned?
I'm gonna try to get some Trench Crusade in. I know Phil said he wanted to get a game, so I know that he said he's bringing extra stuff, and I know you have extra stuff, so we're gonna try to get a game in, and then at least one of the nights, a bunch of us are gonna get together and play Commander, like Magic Commander. I know Joe Borowski and some of the guys from Death Ray are bringing decks, and Phil's bringing a deck, and I've got a deck, and I'm sure that there'll be a handful of other people.
All I gotta say there is just make sure you let me know which night that is. So I can
right, so you can do something else. Got it.
Plan something else, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be good. But yeah, I've got I'm bringing 2 tables worth of terrain for Trench Crusade and 5 warbands, so we'll have plenty of stuff for you to use.
Nice,
excellent. But yeah, it should be very cool. We're excited.
I still got to find somebody who wants to play in the Necromunda event. I have a ticket that I bought, but I'm not playing in that event. Like, I don't even have a Necromunda warband to bring. So if there's anyone who's listening to the show who wants that event, like, I will give you my ticket or sell it to you or whatever. Like, I don't mind not getting the money back because it goes to the guys who are running it. It wasn't like, I think it was like $25 or $30 or something.
Right.
But I just can't play it. I don't want them to like be like, oh, we're down a spot. So
we're sure the guy. Yep. Well, Sean Gleason just said that he'll be there on Thursday morning. I'm not sure if Sean plays Necromunda, but
if he does.
Next up, BattleTech. Woo! So
this book is so good. There's so much good stuff in this book.
I wasn't sure about it, like walking up to the shelf.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. And I picked it up and I flicked through and it's like, okay, yeah, this is my kind of book. There's loads of art. There's loads of icons. There's not a huge amount of text, which is good. So it's definitely my kind of book.
The thing about that book is there's not a lot of rules in it. It's lore and world building and like the universe. It's not really, there's not like, this is how BattleTech works. It's more like, this is the BattleTech universe. Which is literally why it's called that. But it's like picking up the first founding book that GW put out, where it tells you all about the first founding.
Yeah. There's a whole section here on
that's the inner sphere. That's the current map of, and there's a bunch of them that advance depending on what time period you're playing.
So there are about 5 of these maps, which tell you who controls which sector during different eras.
So that's the Star League in front of you. That's like way back in the 2700s. So the inner sphere is this section at the very middle of the map, and that's like where Earth is.
Yeah.
So you have the like Star League itself, the Terran hegemony, and then you have all the great houses around it.
Yeah. But so I've got this to go through, check out, work out what I want to do. I'm kind of torn because normally I would be thinking, oh, I'm going to play one of the great houses. The great houses are going to have the best tech. They're going to be all this sort of thing. But then it's come to find out in that conversation last week that it's the clan guys, the more feral approach, or the animal totem kind of guys have the best tech. It's like,
the more you read it, it'll make sense. Like BattleTech is super wacky, and the rationale is that here's the 3-minute elevator pitch. When the Star League falls, Star League is like at that point in time, humanity is the most advanced it's ever been. So right. The Star League falls because this guy, the usurper, basically gets in and he assassinates the first lord of the Star League and kills his whole family and is like, I'm in charge now. And the general of the Star League army is like, F that. And they like launch this big war that lasts like 3 or 4 years. And they finally, at the end of the war, he like breaks down the castle wall and he kills the usurper in single combat. And they're like, okay, cool. That's all set. Who should be in charge? And every one of the successor lords is like, I should be in charge. And he's like, well, you guys need to vote. And they refuse to, they keep voting, but they all just vote for themselves. So finally he's like, we're out of here. So he takes a big chunk of the army and he's like, we're going to excuse ourselves from this whole mess because they're going to try to use us to solve this. So he like leaves what's called the Exodus and they leave. And then the Inner Sphere has like what's called the Succession War. So there's this first Succession War, second Succession War, third Succession War, fourth Succession War. At the end of the fourth Succession War, like this is over the course of like, I think it's like 300 or 400 years. So these dudes show up and they're called the clans. And you're like, who are these guys? And they're the descendants of the Star League army that left like 3.5 centuries ago.
Oh, okay.
And they've been broken up into castes and they've maintained their technology and advanced it. Whereas the Star League has like been bombing each other into the Stone Age. So that's why it's not that the technology is more advanced. It's just it is progressed from where it was. Whereas the Inner Spheres has like nosedived.
Right.
So they would have been close, but then because they've been like shelling themselves, it's a disaster. But like that's basically the whole pitch. So depending on where you're playing in the timeline, the clans might not exist. So
they will. I'll be playing towards the end of the timeline.
Sure.
That was really impressive because you actually fit that in just before 3 minutes hit.
Nice.
Nailed it.
I was watching the timer.
I got also received the BattleTech Alpha Strike box.
Such a cool box. I think there's like 9 mechs in there or 8 mechs in there. Or no, there's like 11 mechs in there, I think, or 12. Yeah.
No, wait. It's 13.
It'll tell you on the back.
It's a star and 2 lances.
Okay, yeah.
Look at me with the lingo.
Nice, very nice.
Learning me some jargon. And I've also started reading Chaos Theory, which is the little story that they put in there. So it's a 24-page book.
Who wrote that one?
This was Brian Young.
Okay.
Starring Ryan Reynolds.
I would say to anybody, like I'm a big sci-fi reader. I read a ton of sci-fi and fantasy. One of the best series out there is the original Warrior trilogy by Michael Stackpole. And he wrote a bunch of like Star Wars stuff back in the day, and he's got some other stuff. But he did a 3-book trilogy for BattleTech back when they were still FASA, and it's awesome. It is a phenomenal trilogy, and it happens basically during the 4th Succession War. And then the whole clan invasion happens, and I think that the writers at the time were like, hey, we really want to push this. So he did a second trilogy that happens during the clan invasion, and it's also phenomenal. But the Warrior trilogy you should read first, because a lot of the characters that are in the second one are related to or are direct characters from the first trilogy. But it's very, very well written.
Cool. Excellent. So I will do some reading, and by next show I will let you know which faction, which force I'm going to pursue. And maybe I won't. The next show will be like the day after I get back from Australia, so I won't have painted anything by then. I will have made a decision.
He says that, but he'll show up and be like, "So I bought some paints when I was in Australia, and after my mom went to sleep on a Thursday, I painted for 4 hours."
No,
Or you could take the pens and go on the plane.
Yeah, there you go.
this is true.
All the base coats could be done.
Yep. You just gotta prime them.
Yeah, I will be doing a bunch with the speed paints, I think. But yeah, no,
Yeah, those models are built for speed paint.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'll have worked it out. Excellent. Sean says that he's playing Necromunda on Saturday at
Nice.
already. Scott Radham says House Steiner.
He gets it.
Yeah. Yep. Alan says it's Warhammer 20K.
Yeah, ish.
Ish. Chris Kemming has joined us. Hello, Chris. Brent has joined us.
What up,
as well.
Chris? Brent's here. Awesome.
Brent, are you coming to Nova? That'd be cool. And Jonathan says unacceptable. I'm sure he's talking about my rate of painting there. So my apologies. So there we go. Next up, let's get into it. Heresy.
Oh, God.
Nice.
So I asked Heresy to send me like 5 to 10 photos of stuff that he's been working on recently. I think we've got maybe about 15.
I was going to say, I then heard 15 to 20.
Yeah. I think you were quite conservative, really, on your number of photos you sent through, but I even had to ask for more.
And you were like, "Here's my purple demon janitor." He's got all those keys. Like he can get it in any room. Supply closet, I got you, fam. Like he's all set.
Yeah. So I think my first question before leading into this, to get to know you and your hobby adventure, your hobby journey a little bit better. When did you start getting into painting miniatures?
So it's kind of got two answers. So I first started when I was 12, so 2002, 2003, somewhere around there, with the Lord of the Rings. I think it was the Two Towers box.
Okay, yeah.
When that first came out, because at that age I was really into Lord of the Rings. So I ended up getting one of those for Christmas, and kind of just went from there. I very quickly ditched that and went to Space Wolves.
Okay.
I'd be willing to bet that a staffer that Dave either hired and or trained sold you that box.
No, so as a teenager, I was in Taree. So that was from Mal's Toy Shop.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Some of my earliest D&D minis were from Taree.
Oh, were they?
Yeah. That's great.
That's why I started playing D&D too.
Yep. Nice.
But yeah, I started playing and painting back then. So what's that? Technically third edition as well, just before kind of fourth broke out.
Yep.
But as far as like painting in a little bit more of a serious, like taking it seriously, it's only been the last probably 4 years that I've tried to do anything kind of above just getting ready to roll dice.
Okay.
I had a workplace accident and basically destroyed my hip. So my kind of version of the hobby changed. I was a big gamer until that. And then for that little time, I really struggled. I struggled walking, let alone, standing up and setting up for 3 to 4 hours to get games in. And even just walking around the table was a bit of an issue. So my idea of the hobby changed and it became more painting focused. And I actually know that was about 5 years ago now, just about.
Right.
So yeah, two-pronged answer.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So, did you have a big break in the middle, or were you just gaming the whole time in between that?
There was a little break, probably around like the 2021 mark.
Okay.
Not the year, like the age,
Right.
because that's when I used to be a session musician as well.
Okay.
So for a bit of a stretch there, I was living more in the back of buses and vans and people's couches. with the guitar strapped to my back rather than having anywhere to set up to paint. But yeah, no. After that, after settling back down, it was straight back to the hobby.
Cool, excellent. And so with the accident, and then switching that focus.
Yep.
What point did you go, I'm going to start filming this and throwing it up on YouTube? What was that? What was the decision that?
It was so a friend of mine, Jono, has a channel, Ordnance Wargaming, and he used to do this show basically like this. We just get on, there'd be a bunch of us, and we just talk. He asked me if I wanted to come on. I was like, yeah, no, that sounds like fun. Then I really liked it. So the channel itself has kind of taken all these iterations. Like I failed upwards as far as becoming like a content creator for miniature painting. Because it started out with doing hobby news and hobby hero interviews and that kind of thing. And then I started doing 40K in 40 seconds because at that point I was still like mostly into the game side.
Yep.
And then there'd be these comments of, how did you paint this? I say, okay, well, I've got enough of these. It's probably easier if I show you instead of typing this out, 3 or 4 times a day. So I started doing a painting short or, which kind of progressed into a painting video. And then people just kept asking about the next model and the next model. So it was complete accident. I'm not supposed to be here today.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so a conscious decision was not made to do this.
Right. Excellent. It's just what's now? Oh, okay. Was that kind of thing?
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. And then I get an email one day saying, hey, you can make money on YouTube. I was like, let's do that then.
Yep, let's give that a go. Awesome.
Yeah, and then it's turned into a full-time job.
That's great. So at the moment you are you're sneaking, you're almost at 100,000 subscribers.
I think we clicked over to like 98,000 somewhere this morning. So we're getting close. Yeah.
Did you send out a thank you to all the fans for getting you to 98?
That will come at 98,137.
Excellent. So no, that's cool. I think Jake and I would also like to describe ourselves as failing upwards, but it's more sort of failing laterally.
Yeah, we feel consistent.
Yeah.
Like between our show and your show, we're at about 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, together.
But you're covering like 99,000 of those subscribers.
We're almost there. We're
we're almost there.
We're happy to push you over.
We'll make it a group effort.
That'll be great. Very cool. So going back to the mini then.
Yep.
What would you say is your kind of chief approach with painting?
Truthfully, this one was done out of spite. Because I use a lot of big fancy colors, as bold and vibrant as I can get them. I get the comments of that it only looks good because you're distracting people with color or blinding people with color was a couple of comments. And they're not wrong. Right. So this was I think I can actually paint if I did it properly. So let's try the quote unquote properly. And then there's a video by Vincey V.
Yep.
Who went through, did a very, very similar thing, using different chromatic grays to kind of bring out these really weird, subtle tones. And so instead of just getting lighter as it goes up, things are changing as it goes up, and you're playing with the contrast between temperatures, colors, all of those kinds. I'll do that. I'll give that a shot. I was like, okay, this looks pretty cool. It's also very, very normal. This one sits at the back of the shelf. Yeah. But yeah, so this one is probably the bad example for that question because this was pure spite. It's I can do it and I'll bloody well show you.
Right.
That might be the funniest reason I've ever heard to paint a miniature. It's like you painted it out of spite.
I will say I painted a squad of Sides of the Emperor almost out of spite.
Yep.
I had somebody tell me, "Oh, Dave, look at all your armies. Like you paint all these models, but you've never painted yellow. You can't paint yellow." And I was like,
Oh,
No one believes that.
Well, I painted the squad of Sides of the Emperor. I put them into the Staff Golden Demon, and the person who accused me of not being able to paint yellow was actually doing the judging.
Oh yeah, and you won because they were like, "There's no way that's Dave's."
Well, they were like, "Oh yeah, this is great. This is fantastic." So I won the staff prize.
Amazing.
But it's a very Australian thing. We have a cultural mentality of hold my beer. There is nothing that is going to get us to do something more by telling us that we can't.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And that's exactly what this is.
Yeah, that's awesome. One of the things I really love about this model, and the reason I put it first, I probably shouldn't have, but I put it first, is that forced focus that you've got going on. So the very desaturated, non-vibrant sort of darkness around the edges.
Yep. And
that push in. Is that like a cast shadow line on the?
Yep. I played around a little bit with a lot of that, just trying to pick. Light placement is something that I think about a lot, but I feel like I very rarely get it right.
Okay.
So, because you have all these different ideas that are happening at the same time, and you have lights are bouncing and they're doing this and they're doing that, but it's more about what you're trying to convey with this.
Right.
So I tried a few cast shadows. I tried just ignoring sections where I knew the light wouldn't be. And then, of course, because we want the focus down towards the face, I had to ignore a lot of where the light should have been as well. Like on that top wing on stage left. Yep, right there. That should have a lot more light.
Right.
Because if it's that strong on the face, theoretically, if the light's coming from that angle, that whole side should be lit up as well. But I wanted to push it. You want to have the face as the focal point.
Yeah.
So it's just playing around with ideas like that. It also meant I didn't have to go too fancy on the wing membranes.
Right. I like that idea as well.
Dude, I do so much stuff like that where I'm like, my ulterior motive is I didn't need to do this other thing.
Very cool. Kat says that it's not an Australian thing, it's a very Irish thing. The doing things out of spite. Or painting miniatures out of spite. Jake suggested. It's a form of
could be a
thing.
It's an anywhere with beer thing.
Yeah.
If the British tried to tell you what to do at some point, that's usually your attitude.
Yeah.
Even the British, when the British government are like, should we do a Brexit? And they were like, you won't do it.
They goaded themselves into it.
There we go. Josh is claiming it for the Welsh.
100%.
That's all good. That's cool. I'm the force focus thing is something that I'm really becoming more and more interested in as a like as my painting. Whenever I think about progressing my painting's been fairly plateaued for a long time, but I think that forced focus is going to be the thing that pushes me to the next level.
There's always a weird idea, or like as I've been finding out in different different sectors of the hobby, with their own little ecosystems and own little tips and tricks and somewhat traditions. It seems to be when the next one kind of comes along. Like we had non-metallic metal come in, and that was a huge staple for a very long time. It seems like drop shadows are a huge thing at the moment with a lot of the higher echelon painters really like tackling that idea. Where this one, I felt it kind of came in and went really quickly. Everything was trying to be very, very forced,
right,
as far as focal points went. And I loved that idea. It's something I'm trying to apply to Gundams now, and it's very difficult as the model gets bigger.
Right. Yeah. I can imagine. Particularly
you get to a point where the outside is just black. Like
if you're working with models that have a lot of pale colors as well, or bright colors, that can be really difficult to pull those out.
Yeah, definitely.
And excellent. Next up, kind of is Dante.
Very very synthwave.
Yeah.
So
this guy, yep.
Oh no, I was going to say very different to the last model.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah.
But,
so this is what I usually do. This kind of thing.
Yep.
I love it. I love that instead of doing traditional non-metallic metallic, you were like, I'm going to do like synthwave blended non-metallic metals. So the gold is shaded with like purple and magenta, and then like the quote unquote steel is like shaded with like blues. It's hilarious. Like I love it.
Absolutely.
This is the third iteration of Dante. I was every year, usually around April, May, I get a new Dante and see what my skill progression has been in the last 12 months. And so this has been the last one.
Do you try to paint them the same way, or do you paint them a different way?
Oh no, I still paint them a different way. It's more focusing on like technique and outcome. From vision to model is generally what I try to get. So it started with Synthwave Dante just being basically sprayed blue from one side and pink from the other. The second year became trying to do non-metallic metal but color shift to make it look like it was color shifting paints but in a non-metallic metal style.
Okay.
And then this one, it was I want to do gold, but we kind of got to follow that synthwave thing. So we'll build it up from a dark purple and end it yellow. So I think at this point this is probably, I think it was about 30 hours around that in. If I was going for competition level, there's probably another 30 or 40 hours in it.
Right.
But yeah, this one was fun.
Cool.
So
it is wild. I think I always talk about a lot about like color contrast or hue contrast, and
yep,
the yellow and purple seem like very obvious to me.
Yeah.
And I think, but to Jake's point with that, the steel going into the blues, I'm not sure if it's because of the yellow that's there, but I'm reading some of that as greens as well.
Yeah, so there is a little bit of teal and turquoise
right.
as we get up into the like the higher reflections.
Yeah.
Just to somewhat tilt that hue.
Right. But yeah. No, I think it's cool. I think that's a great exercise as well. The idea of coming back and repainting a particular model, taking a different. Checking on it.
I've been trying to talk Phil into it because he's come leaps and bounds in his painting, especially over the last few months. So I've been trying to talk him into doing a similar kind of video, because if there was ever a person that can talk about reflection and growth and happiness, it's Phil. Like I think that would be such a great thing for him, and for him to realize like how big of a step he has taken. He has done some tremendous work.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And let's just say it right now, Phil is probably the nicest game in the entirety of wargaming like content creators.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. He's a sweetheart. I love that guy.
Oh yeah. Defend his honor to the death.
We're talking about Phil the Glacial Geek, another member of the team. We had Phil on as a between the seasons guest, I think, last year.
Yep.
There we go. Yep.
There he is.
Nice. Awesome. Just quickly looking at the chat. Kat said, whoa, if a Brit tells me anything, my hackles are up. There we go. Scott says, Dave, when you painted that bust, did you make you feel like you wanted to go more in that direction? If not, then keep on keeping on. I think, yeah, I did like the idea of having more real estate to work with on a bust, and therefore be able to still have detail but push that focus idea. So I will. I've got that I'm working on this one as well. Still working on this one, but yeah. I'll keep playing around with that, Scott. Dave Hummel's having an 80s flashback.
Correct.
And Matt Bowles said, yeah, you can see the turquoise in that axe head. Cat said I can stare at that for hours to learn from it. Yeah.
This is a case of learn what not to do.
Oh, yeah. But you've got a video for this?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Cool. So everybody can go and I mentioned it before, but Heresy's channel is linked down in the notes below, so you can go and check that out after this, after you've liked and subscribed and commented on ours. Thank you. Next up.
Oh, this little fella.
Nice.
So green and gold.
Yep.
For,
yep.
Australia's colours, even though they appear nowhere on the
And you can't see on. Oh, you can just see it a little bit, but
on that shoulder pad is the Springboks logo.
No, that's the Made in Australia kangaroo.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. But Dean Sinback, who's the coach for Team Australia Warhammer 40k, sent me a message. He also has a channel blog for the Blog God, and he asked if I would paint a model to go into their fundraiser to get the team over to the World Championships. I was there. Of course I will. He didn't know at the time that I'm half Maori, so a lot of the focus leading up to the video of this model was me making all my Maori Terminators. So it was a nice little surprise for him. But yeah, no, this was fun. I didn't pick the scheme. He let his audience pick which way they went.
Right.
And then they were like, oh, they want green, they want gold, they want non-metallic metals, and they want it quartered. I was like, that's thanks, mate.
Thanks a lot.
You're like,
it is a whole bunch of stuff that I don't want to do together.
You know how I said, yeah, I mean, nah.
Yeah, so that was even just trying to come up with because then they specifically wanted gold for all the trim. And I was like, well, I've got to come up with something that feels gold, but is still very separate from a metallic yellow that's going on the rest of the armor. And it was little things like that I had to start thinking around.
Right.
Yeah, but no, this went out in the auction and it's very happily sitting in a house, I think, in Melbourne.
Okay, cool.
And it's actually got alternative heads too. So there's another head of a Space Marine where I found a little model Kubra. So I don't think I have any pictures left of that. But yeah, there's an alternative head that can be swapped out that looks a lot like Crocodile Dundee. He's painting the 5 o'clock shadow and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
Does he have the boonie hat with this one side turned up, or is he carrying it? You can swap out his hand so he has a knife.
So he's got a power sword. Not power sword, chain sword.
Yeah.
Which is as close as that got. But yeah, no, he's got we call them the Kubras, but your Bowie hat things.
Yeah. No
corks. I did contemplate it, but I thought that's going to be so fiddly.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't.
we had some new people jump on. Paperboy Jay, just to clarify, so this is Heresy for Heretics. He's our special guest. If you want to see about Horus Heresy 3rd edition, you should watch last week's episode.
No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, we had Ben Marsh on, who is running the Horus Heresy events at Nova this coming weekend.
Yeah. Excellent. And also Rob Jedi has joined us. That's Rob Zakaluk from Sydney. So.
Oh, very close.
Did you guys send out the call? You were like,
yeah, we got the Woomera spinning. We summoned all the Australians. All the
Nice.
Australians on the internet will be here by the end of the night. It'll be all good. But cool. No, that's a good one. The next one we've got.
Very, very similar.
Yeah.
Nice.
So again,
Yeah, so
you can see that approach.
Yeah.
Through there.
Yeah. All of these models really hit inside of a few months where I was really trying to dial in this kind of feel.
Right.
It's good. I like it. It's wild because like it's weird too. Because I bet if you saw a whole squad of these guys and you looked at them real quick, you'd be like, "Oh, they're red," and then you look closer and you're like, "Oh, there's like purple undertones and stuff." Like,
yep. Oh, they're
the
yellow.
Funny you mentioned that because one of the guys in my Discord, he Stu the Goose. He actually painted up his entire kill team using the video for this.
nice.
And he just got his best painted thing, which got him his golden ticket to Worlds, the championships.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
So yeah, he was pretty wrapped with that, as he
sure.
should be.
Yep. That's great. So he'll be heading over to, is it Atlanta, I think, in October, November?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, very
Heading
cool.
over to Philville.
Yeah, Philville. Nice.
That is Philville.
That's great. How long would a marine like this take you to paint? Roughly.
To be completely honest, it's not hard. It's just time consuming with the layers. I think this one was 5 hours ish.
Okay.
So like you can do it in a day, kind of deal. But it's starting from like because like it's the base coat for this was Terrestrial Titan, which is a very deep, dark, desaturated purple, going all the way up to Ice Yellow. So we're going through Diabolic Plum, Wicked Pink. So every paint and color that you can think of that does not have any ounce of coverage, that's all layered upon this. So, and that's actually why there's so many iterations of this. It was kind of experimenting. Do I leave some of the transparency through each layer? And what does that do? Does that help it blend together? Or does it make it a little bit more muddy, kind of a feel at the end? What's the cleaner, more vibrant approach? What does this do if I do it slightly differently? And yeah, that's just I picked something up from Sam very, very early on. It's everything is an experiment. So like even though the last few models have all kind of been centered around this idea, they've all had very, very different outcomes.
Right. Okay. Because of the different levels, the different dilutions, the pushing it through at different times, putting more yellow.
Rob goes, so you chose the path of suffering.
Yes.
And in the same vein,
nice.
Was this an homage to Slanesh and the Emperor's Children?
This is actually a little homage to Lisa Frank. This is based on Forrest the Tiger, her little mascot.
Okay.
Oh
but it was the same thing.
It belongs on like a Trapper Keeper or a Folio.
Pretty much, yeah. If I could put a holographic, what are they, decals on it, it would have ended up with them.
Yeah. Nice.
But this was the same thing. It was trying that same recipe in a different way. It's like, what if I had more of the pink to orange kind of shift as like a stronger mid-tone? So like we definitely have the purples in there as our deeper shadows. There's definitely yellows in there. But what if I pushed a little bit more of that orange and pink? What does that turn out like?
Right.
And then, of course, white edge highlighting just to be something completely different. I started doing that a lot. I've actually seen quite a lot of people doing it recently on Instagram when they do something big and bold and vibrant. They've just been edge highlighting with white, and I really like that. I really like that look.
Okay.
It's just so out of the norm.
Yeah.
Of anything. Like, my stuff has maybe a toe in realism, but that's never what I'm kind of aiming for. It's just what's the cool thing.
Well, I was going to say with like with this model here, you haven't gone for that sort of the white edge highlighting or even a lot of edge highlighting. It's just the upper edges that are catching those highest highlights.
Yep.
But the pistol here, for example, though, has a bit more of that standard, I guess, approach.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, that was just to be I find the hardest things is I always come up with these great ideas for armor or for, like, you know, the vast majority of the model, and then it's the details that catch me.
Okay.
So here I was thinking, okay, I'm kind of sick of painting this. Let's get it done real quick. What if we just somewhat replicated? What if a bolter was made out of a neon sign? What would that look like?
Okay.
So basically, yeah, just start tracing it with blue and add a few highlights here and there to make it look like it's actually doing something. Yeah, Tron. That is a massive influence on this channel.
100%. One of my faves.
Cool. Yeah. No, I was going to say about that. I think there are times when I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to have this as the key part of this model or this squad of models or this army or whatever. And then there'll be a point where it's like, yeah, I've kind of had enough. So these boots get to be black. No, they don't get any.
Yep.
They get like a little bit of a gray highlight, but not much.
Yeah. When you're like 5 hours and you're like, you know what? Brown speed paint is going to take care of all of these pouches.
All the rest of it. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
You're like, one coat of Satchel Brown, you got it.
Bang on.
Excellent. Next up.
Nice.
There was a video you did recently where you had painted a model. I think it was I could be wrong. It might not have been a Noise Marine. Might have just been a regular intercessor or something. But where you'd painted it and it was quite vibrant, but you decided to take it even further. So you took it, I don't know, all the way up through
all the way to 11.
Right. Yeah, all the way up to 11 for sure.
This army,
I could have just made 10 louder.
Perfect. This army is perfect for this paint scheme. Like,
oh yeah, the Emperor's Children release was like up until then, I had messages at least once a day, just like, when are you gonna do a Noise Marine? I was like, maybe when there's more than one model of them, because I did that one model. Like, there's only so many times you can do that same pose. I don't know specifically what video you're talking about. To be quite frank, that is a lot of my shtick is just pushing it as far as I can.
Okay, it's the rave wave video from a month ago. So you took basically took something like this up to yellow, up to ice yellow.
Oh yep. I know now. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that was a lot of fun too. Same ideas as just creating. That one was to create somewhat of a gradient while still forcing a perspective, but just in a different way.
Right.
So pushing all those yellows towards the top or towards the head, while still making everything feel like it's actually been, taken care of or seen a little bit of love.
Yep.
And same thing, it's Slanesh. Anything goes with Slanesh.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that's super cool. And yeah, as Matt says there, prismatic.
Oh yeah. Blinding is also a very, very apt description.
Was that a fairly common description?
Yeah. I get that a lot.
I think
somebody suggested I should make Heresy branded sunglasses, just for being out of view.
Right. Just to filter the paint jobs.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's
Little
great.
do they know, they'd probably be the old 3D glasses where one's red and one's blue.
Awesome. You'll definitely have to do that. Yeah, one magenta and one teal or something.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things as well. When we've had various YouTubers on, they always talk about the comments, and I think Jake, when we'll know we've made it, when we get some comments on our videos.
We get a lot of stuff in the chat, like during the show.
Yeah.
That's the chat.
But we don't get a lot of comments.
We don't get a lot of post show comments. So feel free to make any of those if you'd like to.
True.
Drop your best dad jokes in the comments afterwards.
Best dad jokes for sure. Fantastic. Next up. So have you been painting a lot of Marvel Crisis Protocol?
So MCP has been, as much as Warhammer was like the kind of the staple of the channel.
Yep.
MCP has been my favorite tabletop game for probably the last few years, probably 3 or 4 years. It's just, I find it really interesting as a play. So I had painted a bunch of MCP models, and then we moved to the new studio. In the truck, somebody didn't strap the fridge down properly, and that had a bit of a tip. And the only 2 boxes that it landed on was my Gundam box with models and my MCP box.
Oh, jeez.
Everything was basically a write-off.
Oh,
So I've started my MCP journey all over again.
right. Oh man, that's terrible. Really?
Oh, it was a horrible feeling. I had almost every X-Men released at that point, and they were all painted.
Oh, jeez.
I hate to think how many hours was in that.
Oh. So, how's the repainting going? I guess.
Slowly.
Yeah,
Australia for stock isn't wonderful.
Right.
So, and of course the game's also shifted on from then as well.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's trying to do that mix of playability, so I can go and throw some dice, mixed with trying to get back what I did have, the new ones that are coming out, while fitting in doing somewhere between 9 and 14 videos a week. It's
right.
it's a time thing now.
Yeah, for sure. But
Phoenix looks awesome. Did you? I know you showed photos in the factory team chat about your new Dark Phoenix. Do we have a picture of her?
I don't think I sent that through.
No, this is the only.
No. Okay.
Phoenix.
We'll have to show that off at some point. It looks rad. I'm sure it'll be on his stream. So.
But Jake, this is Sophie Turner, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. As long as I know who it is. But
I thought Jake might like this one being green.
Yeah, no, that's I love that costume. That one's great.
Yeah.
Because once they switched her to red for a little while, but when she's in the green with the gold, that costume is just great.
Oh, this is the classic one as far as I'm concerned.
And it's because the original Marvel Girl costume is green and gold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but this actually has the similar idea to like everything else that I do, to be completely honest. It's, can I make everything non-metallic metal or close enough to? And all my shadows are purple. So even on the green, it's got so we started off with purple. Yeah, green and purple go together. Between Lex Luthor and the Joker, I think that's fairly well played out. But then I wanted to create this weird chromatic gray in the middle to kind of bridge them together. So from the purple, I actually leaned into like a dark teal before shifting into a very yellowy green.
Right.
So it's hard to say, but it's there-ish.
Yeah.
I see it like in her armpit. I see it like her armpit, like all the darker areas.
Yeah, and it gives this weird, almost fuzzy feeling where it's not a crisp, sharp color.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean. It's
yeah.
So
and then try to do what all the big artists do, where everything gets very light and desaturated. The higher up you go. The signs of the professional.
So, one of the things I'm going to liken this to, back to Dante here.
Yep.
In that Dante, this model has a very very cool feel.
Yeah.
I mean the black and the blue and the turquoise. Do
you mean temperature wise or like sunglasses wise?
Sorry,
like
temperature wise. So it's really the yellow that is pulling that purple into the warm sort of sphere. Whereas with Jean Grey here, it's the green. The green is that lone cool color. But even that's got a little bit of warmth in it. But as I said, it's that purple that's pulling the green back to a cool tone.
And
that green is doing a lot of work to balance this.
Oh, heaps.
Yeah.
And it's kind of why I wanted to make it the focal point, and like that's the part I wanted to make it pop, but then I didn't want to go super saturated against everything else. I thought that because I knew the fire, I hate painting flames and smoke. So that will always just be airbrushed as quickly as possible. So I thought, okay, I know that's going to be super saturated. I need something to play against that contrast. So I don't really like playing with desaturated colors, but I find it makes everything else pop a little harder. Yeah. And then just interesting shadows. That's all I want to put into most things.
You okay, Dave? Oh, Dave is coughing, so we'll just fill for a second. Sometimes this happens.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'll recover soon. But yeah, no, awesome. That's very cool. Next up.
Nice. Well, I saw the video where you were making this base. You were really funny. You're like, I don't normally do this, but
I hate making bases so much.
Yeah.
I hate basing. I hate terrain making. It's crazy that I'm even in this hobby because I hate 90% of doing it. It is literally just painting that I enjoy, but everything else has to be done first.
Right. Is it just painting the miniatures, or are you okay with painting terrain or painting bases once they've been made?
Nope. I really just like painting miniatures.
Just the miniatures.
That's it.
Sure.
And it's really strange because when it does come to terrain, I have and basing and painting, I have such a different mindset about going about it. It's kind of like I click back into how everybody was traditionally taught kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it feel real.
Okay.
Compared to the miniature that always seems out of place, and I love that idea. It just means I have to go and make more bloody bases.
Right. I think we can see that in this picture. There's such a great deal of realism in the basing itself.
Yeah.
And the infiltrator you've got sort of stuck on top there with that shiny, almost blue metal kind of feel. So blue almost metal is probably the way I should have put that.
Yeah, it's I was going for because all of that is wet blended.
Okay.
Again, just another experiment to see, can you do non-metallic metals with wet blending? Turns out almost. So I was shooting for a brushed metal kind of feel.
Yeah.
Where everything's a lot not as sharp as it usually would be.
Right. So it just has that brushed nickel finish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, I'm seeing it under the knee pad here, purple in the shadows.
Yep. Yep. So this one I think was purple into blue, and then we went into turquoise highlights to kind of dull that out a little bit instead of just going lighter blues.
Right. Yep.
And then the big pops of warmth with the gold.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Heresy's thing is it's almost like a Where's Waldo. It's like, where did he put purple in this model?
Everywhere.
It's generally the first color used in just about everything. Even the base. The base starts off with Terrestrial Titan.
Nice. Awesome. Scott, in the chat for a sec, Scott says, these are awesome minis. I look forward to checking out your channel. You have a new fan.
Oh, you don't have to put yourself through that.
It's all good because most of the videos are like 6 or 7 minutes.
Yeah, the one thing I hate more than basing is video editing.
Nice.
I really don't know how this is my job.
Yeah,
I hate almost all of it.
Fantastic. And of course, Josh mentioned that he thought this was Famke Jensen.
Yeah. So it's Famke in the first couple of movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. Yeah, I think you probably can see some purple in the holster there as well. Excellent. Heretic signature set when?
We're working on it.
We've been talking. It's just purple's gonna be in it.
Oh, for sure.
It's just purples. It's
all the purples.
It's purples. Ice yellow's in there.
Yep.
Is it Fiendish Yellow? Do you use Fiendish Yellow a lot?
It used to be Fiendish Yellow until the John Blanche set came out. Then I swapped everything over to Moonbeam just because it's a little bit more saturated.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is a wonderful yellow.
It is.
This is awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. This is actually this was supposed to be Golden Demon entry for the last Adepticon, but I didn't make it over.
Ooh.
Which is fine because this would have done absolutely nothing except take up space in the cabinet.
I think you might find that might have inspired some people though.
Which that's all I ever really want to do. Is my goal for Golden Demon was not to walk away with anything. I wanted to overhear one person say which dickhead did that.
Right.
And that was all I wanted.
Yep.
Again, so Heresy was going to enter Golden Demon out of spite.
Yeah.
There we go.
Absolutely. Every category. I had like 5 models ready to go.
Yeah.
And I didn't finish any of them.
Boo. So are you coming over next year?
No.
No.
I've got a few.
Phil and I might try to smuggle him in.
Yeah. We'll have to see how we go. See what we can do. But yeah, I think it does look brilliant.
Thank you.
You've got there's a lot more of the there's a lot of black on this one.
Phil wants to know which dickhead did this model.
I can't remember the guy's name who I paid to paint it for me.
Right.
I was going to make another joke, but we'll leave that there.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, some of the black here has got some purple working into it.
Yeah.
But on the on your axe blade here, is that some ice yellow? To warm up
it would have been by the end.
Yeah.
I think the main progression through there was Grey Castle, and then introducing ice yellow right at the end to warm it all up, kind of in the higher, like the spectral highlights kind of area.
Okay.
I think it started with Terrestrial Titan into what's this one? Deep Ocean Blue.
Okay.
Yeah, I go through a lot of Terrestrial Titan.
Yeah. Excellent.
I really like the cold take on the Fire Dragon like icon in the base that's glowing.
Yep.
That's super cool.
I thought that would have been a great idea, and then that took so much attention away from the face.
Right. Yep.
So yeah, I don't know if I'll do anything with this model afterwards, but if it does go into a competition, I'd probably snap the plinth off and put it on something else.
Okay.
Well, Or make it like a little cabin. Have me closed, and the judge has to like be like, "What's behind this?" And like open the doors up, and be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
just like a little slide.
make it a little doll's house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where the old live, right? Doll's houses. Be all good.
But no, you're right. There is a lot more black because I heard specifically this is one of those weird tailoring for competition things.
Okay.
I heard that the lights in the cabinets at Adepticon kind of washed out how models looked.
Okay.
Which means my usual saturation bullshit wasn't really going to pull it off.
Okay.
So what I wanted to do was go for a higher, sharper contrast between most panels. So if it was going to get washed out by that light, you'd still be able to make everything out.
Right.
That's why like the gun's a lot darker. The little tassel things on the hoo-ha cover is a lot darker. The contrast between everything else was just that I don't know. It's just a lot heavier contrast.
You can see some extra depth in each of these scales as well.
Yeah, this was like a full-on readability exercise, essentially.
Right. Nice. That's a very interesting thing. Phil joined us in the chat. He said, "Wait, I thought Heresy only painted Gundam." We've got some of those coming up, Phil. And Kat said, "Your honesty is absolutely wonderful. I learned from every show, but this one has been exceptionally insightful." So there we go.
Oh, thank you.
And everybody says Australians are liars.
This is the episode where I get kicked off the team.
Excellent. We're going to move on to the next one. Everybody got a quick glimpse at that. So what were you working on here?
Spite. They said that my skin tones were terrible and that I couldn't use purple in them, so I started with Terrestrial Titan.
Of course you did.
Yep, that's. Angie did a base, and he hates doing bases.
Yeah,
I really hate painting bases, but this one was actually kind of fun. I was doing the weeding with the kids outside, and we pulled up these weird little things, and they had like the perfect roots to look like scale roots. I was like, I am going to be saving a lot of these.
Right.
So yep, clean them off, put them in the oven, and then I just wanted an excuse to use them. So that's what this turned out to be.
Yeah. Excellent.
But same thing. This one was just working on skin tones, mostly, and doing something that was still somewhat attention grabbing, but not in the usual way that you see on the channel. This is a little bit more normal, I suppose you'd say. There's
it's definitely more
traditional.
Subdued. It's more subdued.
Yeah. Like this was the one that if you set this in the cabinet next to everything else, you'd be like, somebody's put this in the wrong section. This isn't one of his.
Right. Okay. It's painted by somebody.
Then that's where the spiteful part came out. It was somebody said, "I can always sell your miniatures." I was like, "Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Let's put this one up."
Nice.
And then the video became even more spiteful because at that time I was really sick of seeing videos where creators are painting until you're like step by step, but then they don't show you like the 3 hours of in between where it goes from one stage to the next. They're just telling you what it is. I was like, no, you've got to show that in between workaround.
Are you talking about like the heavy metal approach where they're like, spray these models blue, then apply cobalt blue undertones here, apply white here, and then like the next picture is it's done, and you're like, get out of here! Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. Yeah, it's like, they take this color and blend it all the way up to here. Now we're here, we can move on. It's like, no, you have to show people what happens in that middle ground because there is so much back and forth. This is why people aren't understanding when they're watching videos. This is how people think that they're terrible because theirs doesn't look like the tutorial that they're following. It's because you're not doing your job in showing them how to get there. Like step by step is one of the worst ways to go about teaching almost anything, but especially art. If you have to be able to show the back and forward. Like one of the things that stuck with me is, it's ironic that I've forgotten it now, but has always it's been essentially the master has failed more times than the apprentice has tried.
Right. Yeah.
And the variations on that idea of, the master's failed that many times because he's tried that many times because nobody's bloody shown him how to do it. That's you've got to actually express what you're doing. Yeah. And that's what this video turned into. So this is like the most spiteful model in my collection. It's probably the one I'd never sell.
Fantastic. That's awesome. I think one of the things I love as well, going back to that, we were talking about that force focus, particularly on the the very first model. You've got that happening there. Yeah. And even in the crest here. Yep. The difference in the vibrancy, the saturation here to the back of the crest is still, it's pushing everything forward. Even like the lower half of the body here, just below the beard and the belt buckle, everything starts to
really drop away.
Yeah, lose that contrast, or at least that saturation contrast.
Dave, you're letting people see behind the curtain. All you're supposed to say is like, so at this point you would highlight the hair like to your own personal level, and then you cut away and you cut back, and then it's like this, and you're like, oh, it's done.
Yeah. No, we're going to talk about it.
And that's my thing. That's what that whole video was about. It was so much like B-roll footage of working back and forward between like the ugliest steps in a miniature. It's like you've got to push through that ugly phase. Yeah. But you don't get to see that in a lot of videos. It's just like the golden moments of.
Yeah, I had a huge problem with it. That's like one of the hardest parts too. Like even like when I was working on these models, like, and I'm just doing these tabletop quality, but there's that point where you're like in that in between spot, and you're like, like the whole model just looks like crap, and then you have to push through. And once you turn that corner, like Dave and I've talked about this, I paint, but I'm never like, yes, I have to paint these guys. I'm always like, I gotta paint these guys, but like once I get to that 80% mark and I turn that corner, now I'm like, okay, I gotta get on work today. I'm gonna work on those guys. Like I want to bring it to the finish line. But yeah, it's getting to that corner is what you're talking about. When somebody's working on a step by step and they're like, I don't see that corner. I don't know how to get there. That's the hardest part, I think.
Yep. Yeah. Phil, Mark Maxey says, I've seen that so many times, block in colors, giant unblended layers, and suddenly all done, and they took out the brush.
Yeah.
Whereas Phil says, I keep pushing back and forth between ugly stages and never reach the other side.
Yeah.
Are you in a hole of mirrors, Phil? Going back and forth.
In the glass case of emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah. What Phil doesn't know is like we all have a deal. The Iron Painter, we all sending checks to his wife. So Phil gets his models to a certain point, and then he goes to bed, and then we have his wife go back and like work them back, and then Phil gets them every day, and he goes to work back to that stage.
Yes, keep moving forward. No, that's awesome. Next up.
Nice.
Told you we had some Gundam photos.
Yeah. Dude, that looks like a photo. That looks like you did this in Photoshop.
It's the inspiration behind this was a 1990s jet ski.
Okay, fantastic.
Nice.
And that was actually my reference photo. So
yeah, that's great.
Dude, this thing is sick. I love it.
So it's just so different. Like
and
there's nothing. There's no touch of reality. There's nothing that it should be. Nothing it should be like. It is just its own kind of thing, just there.
Yeah. And have you? Obviously, we don't. He isn't in the chat tonight, but Luis is one of our regulars. We've got some minis from him later. Came to miniature painting from Gundam.
Yep. One scale model,
and modeling, and does some fantastic work on Gundams, but it's not going for the cell shaded approach, so it's a very different kind of look. But
yeah, he does like hyper realistic like metal effects, and like he'll do different. Cool. There'll be like a whole panel, and he'll do different treatments of red, so it looks like different materials. Like, it's a whole different thing. This is wild though. Like, I love the pseudo mirror reflective finish on the white parts of the helmet, and then all like the shadow play on like the purple parts of the helmet.
Yeah. That's kind of looks kind of like Shredder.
A little.
Yeah.
Excellent.
When he gets crinkled under the boardwalk.
Yeah. Josh says turquoise, purple, and white colorway. I think they called it the Jazz scheme.
Yeah, Jazz Cup. Yep, the Solo Cup. Oh, the Solo Jazz Cup. Yeah,
the Jazz Cup. Yep. There's a car in my neighborhood, the white station wagon that has that pattern down the side.
Oh, it's still got the jagged turquoise.
Yeah, it's wild. It's one of those ones where it's like, did you win this as a prize? Is this a promotional thing? But yeah. So with the cell shading and that, almost creating something that is going to look like a 2D image, taking 3D and pushing it into that 2D realm. Yep. We've got the next one for you. It's great.
Again, we all thought that this was like a drawing.
It is.
Yeah, everybody thought this was my reference photo.
Yeah, until like, do you have the photo with his hand in it?
Yeah, that was the other one I had to go back and ask for.
Because like literally, we're all like, "Oh, this is like, yeah, I've seen this. This is a great picture of an RX." Like, okay, cool.
Yeah, seen it 100 times from the 70s. Yeah,
yeah. I just want to give everybody in the we frozen. I just want to give everybody in the chat a chance to catch up and check this out. But
yeah, so every take a minute, look at this. This is a classic RX 78. Is this a 2? I think it's an RX 78 2.
Yeah, this is the 2.
So this is an RX 78 2, classic Gundam. It's got the the red, white, and blue with yellow color scheme that everybody has seen. This is the one that's in Ready Player One. It is like the Gundam that you picture in your brain when someone says Gundam. Like, this is the Gundam.
Yeah. So this this model though, is it a Gundam model or is it from Gundam Assemble?
This is a Gundam model.
This is a standard. This is actually the entry grade RX 78-2. They're like, in Australia they're like $12. I think in the States you guys are picking it up for like $8.
So like in my hobby closet, I have the perfect grade of this that's like this big. It's like, I don't know, 14 inches tall or 16 inches tall. What's up?
Is it the Unleashed version?
It's the one that comes in the big blue box. Looks like a suitcase.
Man, that's a big build.
Yeah, I haven't even opened it yet.
5 phases of building.
Yeah, I haven't even opened it yet. That's like I'm saving that for like a, when we get snowed in during a blizzard for like a week, I'm gonna like crack that thing open. And
that's a week. That's your next. That's like COVID part 2. This time it's personal. That's what you have to do through that.
So this one, the one that he built, that one's like what?
Yeah, it's like $500 out here.
Yep. Yeah, Rob was just saying, $500 in Australia.
Yeah,
that one you're describing, Jake.
Yeah.
Okay, is everybody ready to see the hand in the photo? I'm pressing the wrong button. There we go.
Welcome to the Matrix.
It's so wild.
It is insane, isn't it?
Now the plot twist here is it was the hand that was drawn.
Yeah. The Gundam drew you.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, no, he really nailed the lint on the sleeve.
Yeah. It's just fantastic. As I said, I mean, Phil said it as well. It's still kind of this model. It is so awesome. And awesome is a word that gets thrown around a lot, right?
Dude, this broke our brain. Like, he showed us this in the factory team chat. And again, go back a picture. So he sends us that. He goes, "This is what I'm working on." So we're all like, "Oh, this is his reference photo." And then he sends us the next photo. And then he sends us the next photo. We're all like, what? Like, we all got like, nosebleed simultaneously. Like, it was like, how did you do this?
It's like that GIF reaction of all the kids all of a sudden going, "Oh."
Yeah, the kid. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we all. It was wild. So all of us, again, this is a team of all, like, at the very least, I would say hobby level painters and above, and everybody was blown away by that.
Yeah.
I did it, and it still catches me.
You got Cat Smith to swear. in the chat. Nice one.
Yeah, welcome to Australia.
Yeah, awesome.
But no, and it's surprisingly easy to do. Like once you really like, because we paint shadows, we paint highlights in miniature painting all the time. But the one thing that we're always taught and like talk about is blending. When you don't do that, this is what happens.
Right.
Like when you just pick that one side, this is where the shadows are, and you just paint them in solidly. It definitely helps because, you know, Gundams are essentially Mario, where they're just like 14 pixels stacked on top of each other.
Yeah.
Where everything is just a block and a square and a line. And that makes it easier because you can just pick that side. But when you don't have to worry about blending things over and there's no transitions, this is just, it just happens like this. And it looks like every animation from like the 70s onwards.
Yeah.
Matt's like, there's no need to paint more Gundam. The perfect model has been done.
There we go. It's great. I think the key thing though with that is you sort of saying that it's simpler. The impression I'm getting from what you're saying is that it's simpler because you paint the shadow, you got the highlight.
It's just stripping back the same ideas that we already use.
Yeah, but the key thing to get it to look so much like that, a piece of animation, right? The thing that I think is the toughest for so many of us is observation.
Yeah.
You've got to pay attention to where those lines are going, to where those.
Oh, yeah.
What is sharp?
You do have to have the good idea of light placement. That is, there's a thing. Like, where is the light catching? Like, especially on the legs, like where you can see around those really like super beefcake robot calf muscles.
Yeah.
That little slither of light is actually what sells that entire thing. And then if you really break this down, it's the legs that sell the entire effect.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, no, the chest is working pretty well as well.
The chest does a lot of work, especially like the red, what would be like the obliques, like the red like cubes, especially the ones on his left, our right, looking at this picture. But the legs are so obvious, and particularly the calf muscles and the knee. It's the knee plate and the calf muscles that you're like, like that's why your brain is like, this is a 2-dimensional image.
It fills in the rest of it, right?
Yeah. You know what the wild part about this model is? It's still posable. From this angle, in any pose, it still looks like a cartoon. Like, this is one of the few models that I painted the back for, just so I can make it do anything.
Right. No,
Heresy's going to be doing a bunch of like old school Harryhausen stop motion Gundam anime with just this.
Yeah.
The first season's a little dry. It's just this one Gundam, but
after that,
actually, this only took me like an hour and a half. There's not a lot of actual painting going on here.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because it's all printed in the right plastic. You're just doing all the shadow tones.
Yeah, I primed it with matte varnish, so I got to keep all the colors. Yeah. And then just it's like everything gets a color. There's like,
dude, I tell people that all the time. That's such a great cheat. So I remember when the 7th edition box set came out. No, 7th edition,
8th
edition. Yeah, when it was Nurgle against Ultramarines. When that box set came out, we had a bunch of friends who were like, "Oh man, the models come printed in blue plastic and green plastic. And I wish there was a way to keep that." And I was like, "There is." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Build the models and then matte varnish them." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Matte varnish the models." So he matte varnished them, and then I was like, "Paint all the Nurgle bits that aren't armor, whatever color you want, and then just hit those models with every wash you can think of, and they look like $1 million." And he's like, "Yeah, it took me way less time to do this." I was like, "Yeah, because like the color's already there. Like you're just adding details."
Yeah.
I gotta admit, I didn't think of this one. This was actually Phil's idea.
Oh, no.
Like, what if you primed it? And because I was still priming everything like black and working up from the very beginning.
Yeah.
It was like, wonder if you could prime in matte varnish. I was like, that'd be a really good idea if you could.
Oh yeah, you can. The paint just needs something to grab.
Yep.
Yeah.
Something with some teeth.
That's amazing.
Excellent. Phil says you're welcome.
Executive.
This is 90% Phil's win.
Yeah, this model was executive produced by Phil.
Excellent. Well, we are. There we go. Let me click on that.
Oh, so let's see some stuff from the community if you want to hang out, Heresy. We're gonna.
Yeah.
Yep. Excellent.
This
So
is my favorite part.
we've seen all the amazing, wonderful stuff from Heresy. Now we're going to see some amazing, wonderful stuff from our Facebook community. There's a link down below as well. Build Paint Play community. Just go along, hit join. Somebody will let you in, and you can start posting your own minis.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell, all the stuff I'm supposed to say.
Yeah.
All the things that make the dings.
Yes.
Oh.
Outsmart that algorithm.
Excellent.
Oh, that's cool.
Dude, this thing is dope.
Yep.
I love how it's labeled Minotaur in case you weren't sure. You're like, what is that? Is that a beast man? You're like, no, it's a Minotaur.
Yeah. Well, I think these are for Blood Bowl. So
Nice.
yeah, they've probably been printed with that base.
It kind of looks like if Willie Nelson was a Minotaur.
It does. Yeah.
I don't know if it's all the braids.
It's all the braids for sure.
Okay.
It's definitely that. But no, it looks super cool. Adam actually posted quite a few minis this week.
Yeah, he had some wild stuff. Yeah, this thing is awesome too. Ogre.
That's definitely where I was getting the Blood Bowl vibes from.
Yeah.
So, yeah, without a doubt there.
He's great. His gut plate's
That's
awesome.
great non-metallic metal.
What was that?
That's great non-metallic metal, especially for like the golds.
Yeah. I love the gold at the top of that gut plate.
Mm.
Working really well.
Yeah, there's a really nice warm spot, but then I also like the shadow spot he has with the trim. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Where are these models from? That's a good question, Mark. I do not know.
I would say this is on Build Paint Play. So if you message Adam on this image, I bet he can tell you.
Yeah. Just commented and saying, "Hey, where's it from?" But yeah, looking good. Very nice. And another bust that Adam's been working on.
Dude, the depths on the staff, on like the skull and like all the wood grain and everything.
Yep. Looking crazy.
That gold is nuts.
Yeah, that metal banding's really nice.
Yeah. One of the things that I love about Adam's work is his really deep reds.
Yeah.
That black through to the deep red.
And how saturated you can build it up, like the Minotaur's hoo-ha cover. That was a really vibrant red.
Yeah.
Like, that's a great, yeah.
Absolutely. But,
Which can be hard to do, building up red from darker reds into something more vibrant and not make it look like leather at speed dating kind of thing.
Or the worst thing is when people go the wrong way with their tones and it ends up looking pink. And I'm like, you can't highlight red with pink.
You just have to stop a little bit lower.
Yep.
Yeah. But no, looking beautiful there, Adam. It looks great.
That's dope.
Excellent. Brendan Bell. Been doing some.
Brendan Bell threw some thank you Dave's way.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. One of the things I was thinking about with this as well is, so Brendan said, yeah, this is something that Dave showed me how to do 17 years ago. The trick of like reversing a hobby knife and using the back of the blade to put in the, what do you call it? Like the ribs on the...
Yeah, the ribs on the rubber, like the rubber seal.
Undersuit seal thing. Is I don't remember talking to Brendan about that at all. So what I want to say there is your words are important. You might not know they are at the time, but try and make them good. Try and make them helpful.
Nice.
Somebody's going to take some inspiration from them. And 17 years later, they'll pop it on your YouTube show.
I will say, I do think it's hilarious. Like when I first looked at this, I was like, what is happening? And I was like, is he painting to look like it's all bloody underneath? And then I read his description and I was like, oh, so I don't know what kind of green stuff he's using, but it's definitely not green. Like it's some red molded material he's using. But I was like, okay, that's wild. But it took me a minute for my brain to figure out like what he was showing us versus what he was talking about.
Yeah.
Gotta admit, I first thought, like, is that mince? Like, is he like squished meat into this?
And he's sculpted out of like beef mince. That'd be gross.
Excellent. Good, Brendan. Thanks very much for the callback.
Nice.
There we go. Brendan said, "There's a bunch of shit I know you said and forgot." Thunderwolf. No, I don't remember that at all. Moving right along. Cal's been painting some more terrain and tokens.
Yep.
So
Cool.
that's it is.
That big one in the middle, it looks like a clutch of bananas.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Big plantains.
Love it.
Look great.
Nice. Do not open that sarcophagus.
No, not at all. That was the worst one. But is that the like Hero Quest one? Hero Quest?
No, I don't think so.
All right.
No, the Hero Quest one is bigger. It's like on like a plinth.
Okay, right. Yeah. It's got a similar vibe though.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Hero Quest stuff,
Yeah.
but
And yeah, Rob saying, "Love that statue," and nope. But yeah, looking very cool. Yes, that sarcophagus would hide a deadly black tarantula.
Brandon said he did that with epoxy sculpt. That's what that red stuff is.
Epoxy sculpt. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Nice. But yeah, nice work there, Cal. Keep it up.
Nice.
Oh, you can see some speed paints on the right there.
Yep,
Way in the corner.
it's good stuff.
Excellent. Christy Lisak has been painted up this very cool Necromunda hangout for her all-up gang.
Nice.
The Hellfire
that's cool.
Brotherhood. Yeah, so I think 3D printed model with some cool corrugated card and some barbed wire there.
Some army painter barbed wire.
Yep. Looking cool.
I like how the best part about this is that literally the Orlocks were having a meeting and they were like, somebody needs to go out and write Hellfire Brotherhood on the sign.
Yep. Absolutely.
Let everybody know where our secret hideout is.
Yeah, make sure it looks cool. Don't write it in Comic Sans.
Yep. The cool thing as well is that a little bit later we've got some photos from her husband Phil of their Necromunda campaign that is going on at the local store, and you can see this building on the table.
Nice. It looks great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very cool. Next up, Dave Hummel done some more work on his faux hawk.
So he has a Star Wars like transporter, like the toy that's like this big.
From the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's one of the Clone Wars, like the Clone Wars troop ships, and then he's converting it into a Thunderhawk, and he's making it into a Thunderhawk transporter. So he's putting clamps under each of the wings, so it'll drop off 2 rhinos.
Yeah, no, that's sick.
Yeah, the clamps.
Still easier than putting the actual Thunderhawk kit together.
100%.
Absolutely.
Especially the original one.
Yeah.
I've only seen one of the original ones in person, and good lord, there was nothing that looked like it fit.
What
Nice.
What color was it? Was it in?
Oh
was
no,
it
there's
in the workshop store?
that was still all raw.
Oh, okay.
In the box in all the pieces.
Yeah.
They just ordered it because like back then you had to order it. I don't know if it was different in the States, but like back then you had to order it from the magazine in Australia.
That's the original one that's in metal.
Forever. Yeah. And it came in like the wooden box and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they waited forever to get it, opened it up, and just took out the pieces. And just like it says that should kind of go here, but it does not.
Yeah. I've assembled and painted 2 of those.
It's essentially a box full of miscasts that you have to turn into a Thunderhawk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. and the new one's the Manta.
Yeah. But no, excellent work there, Dave.
Yeah, this thing's awesome.
Great project.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
Nice one. Oh, cool. Okay. Talking about
this is Dave's crib notes for his Horse Heresy army.
yeah. So what I did was I went and laid everything out, and I worked out which categories they all fell into.
Yep.
Is it recon, or is it heavy transports, fast attack, heavy assault, all that sort of stuff. And it came to about just under 5,000 points, 4,905. I've written Fellblade down there as well. I don't have a Fellblade yet, but I think when the Fellblade is released, I will buy a Fellblade and it will go in in with these guys.
I have a Forge World Falchion that I have yet to build. And I'm kind of like, if I wait, I feel like they'll release it as a plastic kit.
Yep. One of the things I did work out as well, as I went through and I didn't just look at the pretty pictures, but I read the information about how to put a list together. I realized that I misunderstood some of that conversation with with Ben and yourself about how to do it, but I worked it out and I've got it happening there. So that's a 3,000 point list, and that's everything that is in it.
Nice.
So I've got
you got to finish up the Demon Prince in the back, and you got to finish the Mark II Assault Marines.
Yeah, so I've got Argol Tal there, which is Demon Prince conversion. I've got another Gal Vorbak conversion there to finish painting, and yeah, my Ashen Circle conversions.
Yep. Nice.
Which all they're Mark III with the Mark. Oh, these are with the like the Chaos Raptor jump packs.
Yep.
On there. So yeah, I've got to finish painting those up, and I'll have a full 3,000 points ready to go.
They're awesome. The Argol Tal model is one of the few Forge World kits that actually looks really nice.
Yeah, it does look really nice. I don't have it. I had a Demon Prince, so I went with that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same model. It's on the same base, so.
This guy's a little bit bigger. His claws are a little bit smaller, but overall he's a bit bigger than the Argol Tal.
It's a solid look. That's 2,000 points?
3,000.
3,000 points, okay.
Yeah.
So what do you do? You put the Possessed or the Gal Vorbak in the Spartan?
I haven't worked out what I'm doing with it yet. To be completely honest.
Nice.
Yeah, not sure just yet, but in that list you can see so Argol Tal I used unlocked an Apex detachment.
Yep.
The Army Vanguard, where I put 2 Gal Vorbak, and then I used the logistical prime thing to get me a Marigal and put that in there as well. And yeah, then I used one of the other prime things, which gave me meant that I can switch one of my command to be a high command model.
Yep.
And put a Praetor in there, just so I could get more things. It was very interesting doing all that, but maybe before the end of the year I'll have a game. We'll see.
Right on. We can get a game in. I can bring a 3,000 point list to Unplugged, because I don't think I'm flying to that one, so I can bring my whole list.
I'm catching the train, so I won't be doing that.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm taking the train. That's why I'll bring my army.
I've got to bring my Alpha Strike to.
Oh, right on. Okay.
Sulin Lu's next, painting up some more Necrons.
I love this guy. This Sulin does a great job, but I love this robot. Every time I see him, my brain is like, oh, this guy's an airbrush. He works in an airbrush factory.
Oh yeah,
this particular mech just comes up and he just airbrushes tanks. That's what he does.
Yeah.
He is the airbrush.
Yeah.
You just gotta fill up the reservoir on his back, and then he has 4 airbrush guns for hands.
Definitely. And there we go.
Man, Heresy, this is right up your alley here.
Yeah. This was instantly me.
A lot of purple.
Purple in the shadows. There's gold, some pinks.
Yeah.
You're just thinking about where you can push some more purple in, aren't you?
I was literally just thinking, if these were mine, I'd be going over with the hot pink fluorescent from the air range and just super saturating everything. And then they glow in the dark.
Yeah, they would.
Ridiculous.
For sure. But they look fantastic, Sulin. I love your the transition.
Yeah, no, they're great
on the staff top here.
And the orbs, the gradients on the orbs, which that's not the easiest thing to do.
No.
Like, it can look very awkward very quickly, and you did a great job.
Yeah. Definitely very cool. Nice work, Sulin. Next up, John Steining. John's also doing some more Heresy stuff.
Oh yeah, he said he was originally going to use the Contemptor as a base, but now he said he's going to use it as an objective.
Yep. Yeah.
You just got to drill out those barrels, though.
I don't know who's going to do that on an objective. But
I mean, I would in particular because you're looking right down them.
Yeah. But no, it looks great. I think I love the the tech guy as well.
Yeah.
These from one of the Chaos kits. But looking good. And also, of course, Malagus the Twisted there. Nice work, John.
Nice.
And John's also done some more work on a couple of vehicles.
Awesome panel work on that, too.
Yeah. I love the turret that's gone on the back there.
Yeah, what is it? This is what the... Oh, man, I don't even know what that is.
Well, I'm not sure where it's like. I know it's a Forge World. Sorry, it's Forge World.
Yeah, it's not the Helios. That's the Land Raider, and it's not a Damocles because it has the turret, but it's not a Razorback because they don't exist yet. I forget what it's called, but there's a very specific
the Razor front.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not sure, but yeah, he's just going to be using that as a pintle mounted multi melter.
Yeah, I like it. I like that it has like the AI Sentry like lens, and then a spotlight, and then the multi melter. Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it definitely looks cool. Nice work, John. And also, just throwing a nose blade on this Rhino too.
Nice.
Always appreciate people that get decals like bang on perfectly straight and centered and not crooked.
Yeah,
because I've never been able to do that in my entire life.
You gotta have loads of fluid underneath it, so you can.
Do you have this stuff? This is the stuff this is how you do it.
The microsol?
Yeah, microsol.
Yeah,
that's the trick. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't help me at all. I can never get it. Every time I think it's done, you sit it down, it's dried, you come back, no, it's crooked.
Right.
And then that's all I ever look at. That's why I paint things on now. It's probably why I became a better painter, is because I can't do decals.
Nice.
I had to learn to freehand.
That's awesome. But John, I love your the eye on the
yeah, it's great.
On the forge
on the doors. Yeah.
Looking great. Nice work. Next up, Luis. Luis is working on some what are these called? Dark Talons from the Raven?
Dark Furies.
Dark Furies, my bad. But yeah.
These are gonna be great.
They are.
God, him and his sub-assemblies, man.
I wanted to ask him why I was hoping he was going to be on, but why the huge amounts of putty, like post attack under the shoulder pads.
It's like the easiest thing to keep the fiddliest parts on. I do the same thing. It's just I use blue tack for everything, and most of it doesn't survive just because I make like these little molds just like this, just like these little towers, and it's so much easier. It holds it. You can paint over it, onto it. It's still usable when you start to roll it around again.
I guess
this was the guy that came from Gundam, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can tell with the sub assemblies.
Yeah. I guess I'm super frugal when it comes to blue tack. Man, this is like 4 years worth of tack that's being
he can theoretically just keep using it, but like the big thing too, by doing this, by filling in, because I've done this for some things, by filling in the whole shoulder, like the actual like opening,
right,
he can glue it, because now there's no like 2 layers of paint touching. It's the original surface and the original surface. By doing that, he's protecting the seal point. So
yeah, okay,
yeah, massive plus.
Cool. You're saying
Dave with his, but that's like 80 cents worth of blue tack. Like,
take care of the
I
cents.
get through a lot of blue tack.
Take care of the cents. The dollars will take care of themselves. And I get all these dollars to spend on models that I haven't painted yet.
Again, he can reuse all that blue tack.
I know. But still, I'm just giving you an insight into my crazy brain.
No, I get it.
Yeah, they're going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to seeing them, Luis. Next up, Mark Maxey.
More of his like sculpted little nurgling dudes.
Yep, super cool.
He'll be able to reuse his blue tack.
Yeah.
You use so much blue tack.
So Mark does a lot of work with Marcus Blackman. I don't know if you know Marcus, Wereweevil Minis. Marcus is up in Brisbane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Mark does a lot of sort of the chibi style, sort of chaos sort of things. But Mark's been doing a lot of sculpting. And yeah, just super fun.
Yeah.
Those are super cool.
Yeah.
I just like all the little things that you can squeeze into Nurgle and it still just be right.
Yeah.
Like there is so much little detail and texture and all masses of different things in there.
Yep.
And it still feels great. It's not overly detailed because like they're not just pouches and straps and stupid things like that.
Yeah. Teeth, eyes, tongues.
Yeah, it's all teeth and tentacles and
barnacles
and mushrooms and rust and yeah, you're right. There's so much you can do. But yeah, looking great there, Mark. Nice work. I mentioned Phil. His local store, Chuck's Comics.
Yeah,
they're working on says on the tables, but you can see Christie's hideout just here.
Nice.
Or clubhouse, I guess. But yeah, definitely cool.
Yeah. I see the shield generator tower from 40K.
Yep. Void shield generator there for sure. There's some of the older original City Fight terrain.
Yeah. Dude, City Fight was so good.
But yeah, great stuff. Nice one, Phil.
Very nice.
Next up, my buddy Rich Erickson.
Oh, wait, this is his first battle mech he ever painted, right? That is a Wolverine.
Wolverine, yep. He painted it up as a badger.
Yep.
He said, "Be gentle with me. I painted this when I was 12." So,
it looks good.
That's
I mean, it looks
bad for 12.
It's nice and rusty. I like it.
Yep. Yeah. Rich's paint jobs now are spectacular. But it's just great that he had this kicking
He's
around.
got the old school flock base too.
Yeah.
God, I remember you do flock bases and flock would be everywhere. You like.
Yep.
But you don't often see Wolverine in his traditional brown suit.
That's true.
But yeah, thanks for sharing that, Rich. I think it's always cool to be able to go back and.
I think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I of course don't have any of my original minis. I lost them in the move.
I don't think I have. I might have like not original. I probably have stuff from like high school, but not stuff from when I started in like grade school.
Yeah.
So I actually got a case back from my best friend a couple of months ago. I thought I'd lost it. I thought it was gone to time. He sends me a message one day because he had to move house. It's like, I found this. Is this your case? It's like, man, I've been looking for that for like 15 years. So he sends it out and I open it. And there's like the first like kit bash that I ever did, which was like a zombie and a chaos marine. And it had a little banner. And this isn't how I know that it was specifically 2003.
Yep.
Because the banner was a little printout of the Darkness's Permission to Land album cover.
Nice.
And that's what the banner was.
That's pretty great. That's pretty great.
Yeah. That was the first album I bought with my own money. And that's how I know that's
what it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Did you start just belting out I Believe in a Thing Called Love? Did you start just like crushing that? And
to be fair, that album has never really left its rotation with me.
But the album's amazing.
It's fantastic.
Excellent. Cool. Next up, Scott Radom. Scott's been painting up some more One of these
dwarf bounty hunters. Sorry, space dwarf bounty hunters.
Henkin Jaegers.
Yeah, sure.
Henkin Jaegers. Yep, for his kill team. They're looking
That's the Games Workshop pseudo German for dwarf hunters.
Dwarf hunters. Yeah, absolutely. But no, they look great.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This is what we were talking about before, with that forced perspective, forcing the focus to the face.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I love his mild Tostitos jar cap as his like platform.
All right. That's fantastic. Yeah, you need to get some. You need to spice that up a little bit, Scott.
Yeah. That's right. It's mild. Like he didn't go medium. It's mild.
At least the medium. We need that.
I mean, he would have had to paint red armor for the spicy, wouldn't he?
There we go. In the chat, he said, "I would say these are about the opposite of Heresy stuff."
No, because they're good.
Right. Yeah, nice work.
And Scott likes doing bases.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that green on metallic metal is really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, that pushing focus to the face is key. Scott's great at that. There we go. He said, "That's my daughter's salsa." I live in. That's funny. And Steven's joined us at Tabletop Super Show. Popped in to drop a like. Took it home. And he said, "Dude, I love that you got your original models back. Some of ours came back to me about a year ago. It's him right in the feels." But doing Scott is Steven. And Steven's been over the last 6 or 8 months been working on a couple of armies for Hobgoblin, using a lot of old school minis. And now he's taking his friends through. He said this is sort of round 2 of their learning experience.
Dude, this is so funny. Like looking at this table, I'm like, I feel like it's like 1996, and I'm in my local game store, and some dudes are playing some dusty old game called Warhammer, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Right.
We're playing Warhammer Fantasy Battles.
Yep.
And the Macarena just came out, fresh on the radio.
Hey, Macarena. But yeah, no, it's great to see that you got your models on the table there, Stephen, and that you're teaching your friends, taking it in stages to go through. Yeah, building up to the full game. But looking great. Nice one. I think that takes us to the end of the minis. So
we're doing good. That's like 3 shows in a row. We've basically finished right up at 9, so we're
get on there. Yeah,
dialing it in for the new season.
We did mention so we will not have a show next week. I'm going to be basically in the air just prior to arriving,
right,
in Australia, which is when we would be filming. So in 2 weeks, we'll be back with Owen Best and Mike Sibilia from the Nova Open, so we can do a bit of a review of the show. We'll show some photos of stuff that we got up to. Jake will tell us tales of his successful Warhounds victories.
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Not with an attitude like that, you're not going to win.
Well, remember, it's a team battle. It's not just me this time.
Oh, okay. Look at that. Already preemptively blaming your...
Yeah, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that I don't just have to worry about one opponent. I have to worry about 2, and it's not just my army. It's 2 armies. So
awesome. Cool. So yeah, we'll be back in 2 weeks to talk about the Nova Open, which is happening this coming weekend.
Yep.
When I say this coming weekend, it starts tomorrow for us, which will be crazy.
Dude, what a show. We lost a subscriber during that episode.
Nice.
That's on me.
It was the guy from Germany, right?
Who knows?
Came in, asked that question, disappeared.
And I was like, I'm out of here.
Yep.
I'm taking my subscription with me.
Awesome.
Oh man. Well, dude, Heresy, thank you so much for being on here with us, man. It was great spending some time with you and getting to dig in and stuff and show off some of your models to our team that jumps on here.
No, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Excellent. Kat says, thanks for a terrifically entertaining show. Excellent. Dave says, thanks. Josh says, thanks. Thanks all around. But yeah, definitely cool having you on, man.
What's the next thing you got coming up?
Me?
Yeah.
What's the next video? Yeah.
Lunch? I don't know. It's I don't do a lot. Yeah, I mostly just sit here and paint things.
Well, you said you'll be at PAX Australia.
Yeah, I've got PAX Australia. I'm on a panel for miniature painting. And then I think after that, the next con isn't till January at CanCon. So
Cool.
I'll definitely be there. And that's it. I maybe Arc Fest, probably closer to somewhere halfway through the year.
Cool.
Right on.
I don't do a lot of appearances.
Hopefully, a bunch of our folks that are in Australia will be able to see it. I feel like PAX is probably one of the bigger shows down there.
I think it's supposed to be like 75,000 people at this one.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. That's right.
So, yeah. And they're a little bit more focused on miniatures this time around. So we're all fairly excited about that.
Yeah, that's cool. Very good.
Yeah.
Well, good luck,
Yeah.
man. We will see you soon. I'm sure I'll talk to you in the next couple of days anyways. I'm sure Phil and I will jump on and mess with you while we're at Nova. Dave, I will see you tomorrow night, I guess.
For sure.
For everybody. Is there anything else we got to go over, or are we good?
I think that's it. Don't forget, like, subscribe,
Yeah,
comment, do all the things. The Army Painter have given us a discount code, so there's a link down in the notes below. If you click on that, it'll take you through the Army Painter website. If you want to buy anything from the Army Painter website, make sure you pump in the code BPD5. And
if anything happens or if it doesn't work, like message one of us or message Army Painter on Facebook. They're really good about getting back about that. That's how we found out that our code wasn't working in the first place. But that has now been fixed, I've been assured. If you guys need anything, hit us up. Otherwise, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Huge thanks to Army Painter. Huge thank you to Heresy for being here. Thank you to all of you for tuning in. We will see you guys next in 2 weeks. And as always, do not forget to build, paint, play.
Shut up and sit down.